Alright, so we're moving on here to the Linux bootloader, which is called grub. So GNU grub, which is short for GNU Grand Unified Bootloader, so GRUB, that's where grub comes from, is a bootloader package from the GNU project. Grub is the reference implementation of the Free Software Foundation's multi-boot specification, which provides a user the choice to boot one of multiple operating systems installed on a computer, or select a specific kernel configuration available on a particular operating system's partitions. So, as we're going to talk about here in a few slides, you can use the grub bootloader to boot into recovery mode. Okay, guys. So all this grub bootloader means is we can pick which OS and which image to use when we're loading. Okay. So grub in CentOS designates disks and partitions as follows. First, all disks are designated as HD, whether they are an IDE, PATA, SATA, or a SCSI disk. SCSI. You'll hear people call that SCSI, guys. Okay, and whether they would usually be designated using HD or SD. Okay, so normally you're going to be designated as HD on the machine, all hard disks. Okay. Second, all disks and partitions are numbered starting with 0 rather than 1. Okay, so 1 is actually 0. And then extended partitions are counted from 4, regardless of what the actual number of primary partitions on the hard disk is. And finally, the first number indicates the disk. The second number, if it's present, indicates the partition. Okay, so let's look at that. So here we have the grub designation. HD0 is actually going to be the first hard disk. And on the machine, you're going to see it as /dev/SDA or HDA. This means this is the first hard disk on the system. The second hard disk for grub would be HD1. And on the system, you would see it as dev SDB or HDB. Okay, so it's just changing that letter from A to B. Okay. Now, what happens if we have partitions on it? Okay. Well, here's an example. We have first hard disk, first partition. On grub, it's going to be HD0, 0. However, on the machine, when you look it up, it's actually going to be dev SDA1. So first hard disk, A, first partition, 1, or HDA, 1. Okay. And we have more examples here. Second hard drive, first partition, HD1, 0, or SDB1, HDB1. So second disk, B, first partition, 1. And then finally, second hard drive, second partition, HD1, 1, which would be SDB2, HDB2. So second disk, B, here, second partition, 2. Okay? Let's go ahead and look how we can boot to recovery mode on our systems. Sometimes something goes wrong with our system and we can't get in. It just won't load correctly. Now this is a huge problem. If you can't load in your machine, you're in trouble, guys. So we have already rooted into the system is a recovery mode, okay? A lot of times the system will just boot into that for you, but sometimes you need to actually get into there manually, okay? So rescue mode is equivalent to a single user mode and requires a root password. Rescue mode allows you to repair your system in situations when it is unable to complete a regular booting process. Rescue mode will try to mount all local files, systems, and start some important system services, but it does not activate network interfaces, neither allow multiple users to be logged in. So there's two ways to get into rescue mode in CentOS. First one is there is a grub2 menu option when you boot up the system, which can be selected to directly boot into rescue mode. Typically, you're not going to have this luxury. So instead, we're going to look at method 2, which is during boot up, when the grub2 menu shows up, press the E key to edit it. Okay? You're going to add the following parameter at the end of Linux 16 line. It's going to be this. You're going to add this there. Okay? You'll press Control-A, or Home, and Control-E to end to jump to the end of the line so that you can add this line there. Okay? Once you're done with that, you'll hit Control-X to boot the system with this parameter. Okay? I'm going to show you part of this now. So I'm going to get my VirtualBox booted up here. Oh, I missed it. Alright, hold on one second, guys. So it is time, so you do have to kind of be quick to the draw there. I missed it because I was trying to pull up the screen. So let me try it again for you. It beat me to it again. Alright, 1 second, guys. Let me actually just go ahead and stop it, and then I'll show you what we need to do. So I'm going to close that. Do that. Alright. Alright, so when that first screen pops up, you're going to hit E to edit. And now you'll see here we're in a kind of a emergency mode. We're going to change some things here. So we go to the line that says Linux. We click our End button. Or I'm sorry, we click Control E to go to the end of the line. And we would just type in that info there. I'm going to go ahead and, oops. So Control E, go to the end of the line. Do system d.unit equals rescue.target. Okay? Now I'm not actually going to do it, but I would click Control X. This would reboot and would put me into rescue mode, okay, rescue target. Okay, and then from there I would have to take it back out of rescue mode, okay? But this is where you do it and how you would do it. I'm going to go ahead and turn the machine off because I want it to boot up normally. So I'm just going to power it off so it doesn't take those into effect, okay? So that's how you would boot into rescue mode on your machine, okay? Hopefully in this class you'll never have to do that, but you may make a mistake, and if you do, that's how you're going to get into rescue mode and kind of troubleshoot what you had going on there.